SpotlightMediaStudios.com. Welcome to Education Unfiltered. Here is Mary Stucco.
Hello, this is Mary Stucco with Education Unfiltered, where we talk about all things higher ed. And today we got a great podcast talking about Lansing Community College and the Insurance and Risk Management program there. The program's in its third year, and it's just going wonderfully. It's a great program. I have Dave Aldrich, who's an adjunct faculty at Lansing Community College and also a high school teacher in Lansing Public Schools teaching the Insurance and Risk Management. Welcome, Dave.
Hi, glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. And I know you've been in the teaching insurance classes for about 5 years now. You enjoy the mix of younger students and older learners, and that we're just seeing an industry that's growing tremendously. So can you tell me a little bit about how you got to where you're at right now?
Well, I've been in the insurance industry for about 13 years now. Kind of fell into it. I worked for the sheriff's department right out of college, and then fell into insurance, and then went to school to teach, and here I am. So I enjoy teaching it. I've worked. I owned an small agency. Worked for an agency. Worked for the Department of Insurance and Financial Services, and then now I'm teaching it. It's a great industry to be in. I really enjoy the students that we have, older and younger students. It's a great time to be in the insurance industry, and especially teaching it in the Lansing area.
Well, thank you. We also have a couple other guests with us today, a couple very recent graduates of Lansing Community College Insurance and Risk Management Program. First one is Austin Elliott. Welcome, Austin.
Hey, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And then our other guest is Andrew D'Alessandro. Welcome, Andrew.
Hi there, Mary, and thanks for having me as well. It's great to be able to do this with you guys.
Thank you. Well, I want to take a minute and have both of you also tell about your path to choosing this field. So, Andrew, I'll start with you. How did you get to where you are, and what are you doing now?
Yeah, of course. So, Mary, as a lot of you guys know from taking classes with you, I grew up in an insurance family. Insurance lingo was always talked about in my house, so it was something that I picked up very well on. I, like Dave, I started going to college. I started in criminal justice and then switched to general business. And when the insurance program opened up, I thought I'd give it a shot. And then actually before even getting into the program, I got licensed to sell property and casualty at 19. I passed my test with flying colors, and I've been selling property and casualty for my dad's agency. It's a local State Farm agency for the past 3 years. And it's been nothing but great. The one thing I love about being able to get into it with LCC is that it allows you a lot of time to get real-world industry experience. And, it was great having that opportunity to pioneer this program at LCC, because I know other students are definitely going to get great experience out of it.
You're very, very right. And we'll talk a little bit more about your role in all that. Austin, can you tell us a little bit about how you got to where you're at right now?
Yeah, definitely. So for me, I didn't grow up in an insurance family like Andrew. I just sort of fell into it. I was committed to Olivet College to play baseball out of high school. My only thought towards college was really concerned with baseball at that point. But I knew I had to pick a major. And right towards the end of my senior year, one of my best friends, his house actually burnt down, and it ended up being a total loss. And I was so inspired by the work that the insurance company did for him and his family that I decided to pick that as a major. So I studied that for a year at Olivet, ended up having some injury problems that kind of affected my baseball career, and I was homesick. So I transferred back to LCC, and I discovered the great program there. And your enthusiasm, Mary, really inspired me or reaffirmed my interest in the industry, I should say.
Thank you.
And I was able to, get in contact with Delta Dental for an internship through that program, and I've been working there ever since. I worked there throughout college and just recently accepted a full-time position as an associate project manager at Delta Dental. So I've been kind of exposed to the business and IT side of the industry, but it's been great.
Yeah, you've kind of, it's kind of funny. Everybody, they kind of have different reasons for getting involved and getting started, but then it's fascinating to watch how you guys are all really going to a huge variety of fields within the industry with great companies. I do want to mention LCC has now been approved. I know you mentioned, Andrew, that you got licensed. We've been approved by the Department of Insurance and Financial Services to offer pre-licensing classes. And Dave's starting to teach those this semester. So Dave, tell us a little bit about those pre-licensing classes and why it's, a benefit to take it at Lansing Community College.
Well, first of all, it's going to be extremely cost-effective, and students who are in the program can obviously get college credit for it. It's going to be the one that starts this semester is an 8-week course, so it's a faster-paced course, but completely doable, if you will, for our students. And like I mentioned, the cost is I don't want to say better than everybody else, but it's very cost effective to take it. And the quality of the education, obviously, at LCC that you'll get is second to none. We are also going to offer it open for the public as well, where companies can send employees to take the class, the licensing class as well. So I'm pretty excited about starting our property and casualty licensing class starts this Wednesday. I'm pretty excited to hit the ground running with it and grow it from here. I think it's a great opportunity for our students and also the community members that want to take the class as well.
Excellent. Yeah, I think I'm really excited about it. So let's switch back to Austin. And now you're working at Delta Dental, and so obviously with COVID, things have looked a little bit different. Can you talk to us a little bit about working remotely and how that's been for you with kind of a newer full-time position?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, COVID kind of came as a shock to anybody or everybody involved, and I was no exception. But Delta Dental allowed me to continue my internship remotely, and the transition was really seamless. I just took my work computer home with me. They gave me all the credentials for their virtual network, their VPN. So I was able to get set up working from home, and it really, I was surprised by how smooth of a transition it was from working in the office to working from home. It's a lot more obviously reliant on IMs and team meetings, things like that, like video chat. But I've been really pleasantly surprised by how engaged I've been able to remain in the remote work environment, and so much so that I think you may see a lot more companies continue to use this approach. For one, I think from the business side of things, it cuts down on overhead. It allows companies to recruit talent in a wider geographical range. And I'm not saying, I think that, there is something to be said about the face-to-face work environment and the relationships that you build. I don't think that'll ever completely be eliminated, but I wouldn't be surprised that if even after COVID, you see more people continue to work remotely and more companies utilizing that approach.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, nothing's ever going to probably look the same again. And this will probably be one element that will allow people from different areas to contribute. And I know Delta Dental is a big proponent of that as well. Andrew and Austin, they were some of the first students that went through the Insurance and Risk Management program at LCC. And they're go-getters. They're amazing. They're amazing people. And they started the Gamma Iota Sigma Lansing Community College chapter, Gamma Mu. Gamma Iota Sigma is an international insurance fraternity, well known within the industry. And I want you guys both to talk, you can take turns talking about, your experience with Gamma, going to conferences, networking. Andrew, I'll let you get started on this.
Yeah, of course. So Gamma was something that we did rush into it a little quickly, but, it ended up being one of those things where it was either you get on the boat or you stay off. And me and Austin both went to that first conference, so we were eligible to actually become a chapter in the Gamma community. And we were both pleasantly surprised at, how vast of an organization it actually was. We got to not only meet students from all over the country at other universities, but we also got to meet with, employers and different companies, again, from all over the country. You get to build your network, and even today, me and Austin still have contacts with some students at Butler and Olivet and just a bunch of other universities around the country. And it's just something that when we jumped into it, we didn't really know where it was going to go at first. But, we had to take a leap of faith, and me and Austin are, glad we did, because as we integrate more students into LCC especially, it's something that, I would never go back and change. It's something that I would do the same thing time and time over again, 10 times out of 10. And I'm glad that, I'm hoping that students are really going to want to jump aboard that train as well, because I actually landed one of my biggest internships, which got postponed to next summer, but it's through WSIA, which is the Wholesales and Specialty Insurance Association. And, they're going to place us at two different locations in the surplus lines insurance. So basically, I don't know if it's going to stay like this for me, but last summer, before they postponed it, I was supposed to go to Chicago and then Atlanta. And then in one of the cities that I went to, I would do sales in surplus lines, and then the other I do underwriting. And they cover full housing costs. You get an $18 an hour salary, or $18 an hour is paid by WSIA. They pay for your travel expenses. You have mentoring through the entire program, and then from there you even have opportunities to go out to conferences in San Diego, which you get to meet some of the industry leaders. And then they even take the top 2 percentile out of 20 candidates, and they send 2 students to London to actually study an internship abroad. And this is just one of the many amazing companies that Gamma Iota Sigma brings to the table. And you're going to get to network with all of them. So it's been nothing but great. And like I said before, it was something that I was just so impressed by and so happy to just jump on that boat and be a part of, one of the leaders in the insurance industry.
Well, you guys are definitely 2 examples of just really where you just made the most of your situation, and you're just landing in great places because you have, your excitement to be in the industry and try different things. And can't wait to hear about your internship when things finally can happen for you this summer, Andrew. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I was a little upset it got postponed, but, you have to look past that. Everyone kind of lost something, through COVID, whether it was sports or didn't get to see family or their jobs. And, you just got to take the best of the worst situation and look forward and just remember that there's light at the end of the tunnel, even though it doesn't seem like it's there. But I've been grateful enough to stick with State Farm and continue my experience there. And then I am finally in my last semester at Northwood University. So I will be getting my bachelor's degree here soon, and then I'll be taking off to that internship hopefully this summer. So it's just, it did pan out in the best way possible for me. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, making the most of the situation. We just have a little bit of time left, Austin, but I want you to talk a little bit about being a young professional in the insurance industry.
Yeah, definitely. I think the industry has done a really good job of trying to pull young people in, young talent, and sort of integrate the industry in that way. And one of those examples is Gamma Iota Sigma, but there's a lot of great things that insurance companies do to recruit young talent and get young people involved in their company. And just speaking from personal experience, I've had a great opportunity at my company to both learn and showcase my skills throughout my internship. And it's kind of allowed me to be in the position that I am, to be working with the company on a full-time basis. But yeah, there are a lot of great things that insurance companies are doing to get young people involved and recruit young talent. So I'm kind of lucky to be a part of that.
It is. And how are your experiences, just real quickly, Andrew, as a young professional in the industry?
Yeah, as a young professional in the industry, I mean, as we've talked about, Mary, more than 25% of the industry is actually going to be retired within the next 10 years. So you look at that in the long run, and you have a great period of time for kids like us, young students, young professionals, to really pioneer their legacy and get going on a great path. And then, within the next 10 years, when these CEOs and these higher ups do end up retiring, whether due to age or they're just ready to be gone, a lot of us are going to be, the next in line to step up to those positions. So, you got to take every opportunity that's out there. I know I always have. You got to open those doors. And, I promise to everyone listening right now that the more doors you open, the more that are going to be available in the future, and you're going to have a lot of options coming out of the insurance industry, even if you do not stick with the insurance industry. Sometimes. Yeah,
absolutely. You guys are doing a great job. So thank you so much for joining us, Dave Aldrich, Andrew D'Alessandro, and Austin Elliott. This is Mary Stocco with Education Unfiltered. We look forward to seeing you again soon.